Yo, what is up, NPL fans? Shad here, coach of Bayern Mewnich, and welcome to week 10 of NPL Season 7, the final week, do or die. This is what all it comes down to. If I win, I'm pretty much safe to not get relegated. If I lose, I'm pretty much safe to get relegated, or at least be in a playoff match. Now, I'm gonna say this up front. It doesn't matter what the result is, because I made the decision before the game that I am not gonna come back for next NPL season for multiple reasons. Hopefully I'll talk about it a little bit more at the end. Nothing too bad, but yeah, I just decided that I'm not gonna come back. I had that idea in my head for a while, and I just decided that, you know, not gonna do it. Gonna take the time off and chill a bit, and not do an overly competitive league until the PPL starts. Probably. Jesus Christ. So I can, you know, take the other leagues where I can still have a decent level of competition, but don't have to put my entire week into it to not have a shitty team, which I don't do anymore because fuck that. So yeah, so that's just so you know in advance, is the last game of the NPL for me. Maybe I'll come back eventually, probably will, honestly. I need to have a season where I don't draft like shit. That'd be cool. And yeah, so just so you know, this is the final time, so one last time, let's get it, basically. But it's not gonna be easy because we go up against Cheeseboy 628 of the Phoenix Sunkern, the definitely better Phoenix team, and he's been absolutely crushing it. NPL Season 5, he made it to the finals. He's the legend that brought a family to the finals game. You have to love him. And he didn't play anything of Gen 7 before he joined us. He didn't know anything about it. He didn't even know of one of the moves I was gonna bring until I told him after the game. So he's very new to it. Like, he doesn't know Gen 7, but he's been absolutely crushing it. Playing and prepping really well, and just being really impressive overall. So this is going to be definitely an interesting game, definitely a very exciting game, and should be a fun one as well. So, G's team should be on screen right about now. He has Manaphy with Z moves: Heatran, Sylveon, Amoonguss, Dawnfan, Manabus, Stoutland, Raikou, Megatita, Swellow, and Galate. So, I actually think I have an alright matchup, but there are a couple things that are incredibly threatening to me. Z move, Z, Rain Dance, Tailglow, Manaphy. 6-0 is my team, depending on how things go. But by which I mean it just wins at some point, which is quite unfortunate. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. Scarf Heatran has an incredible matchup against me because I have so many things that just don't deal with it well. It checks a lot of things that are threatening to his team, like Weavile mainly. It's a phenomenal Weavile check, which his team is really weak to. What else is there? Megatita, giant threat. DD Megatita just kind of gives me the penis. I'm not a big fan of it. Swellow, I don't have a good switch into a spec Swellow. Especially with rocks up and shit. So that's a problem. Galate can be a little problematic because it's his best way of actually just straight up murdering Kang's existence. So that's a thing. And then, you know, fat shit like Manabus and Dawnfan is a problem. Stoutland is alright, don't think it's gonna come just because he has better mons. In my mocks I didn't see a single Sylveon, I didn't see a single Amoonguss, and I didn't see a single Stoutland. Everything else came. Raikou is kinda up in the air, it doesn't have an amazing matchup, but you know, it's a Raikou, it can hit everything that I have that can deal with electric types quite hard. You know, Shadow Blank, Sensory, HP Grass, but that would mean he only has one electric move, so, or he doesn't hit one of those, so I'm not 100% sure because you know HP Ice as well, but it doesn't really do a whole lot, you know, Queen or Latias. So you know, Raikou's kinda up in the air. I don't think it's gonna come, but you know, initially I just didn't prep for it at all with my team. Then I was like, let's not be stupid and actually, you know, let's speed it with my Weavile and not run Adamant. Bit sad because Adamant would have been nice, but yeah, let's continue to bring it. As you can see, first up we have Tharja the Weavile with the Darkinium Z, Pressure, Knockoff, Ice Shot, Icicle Crash, and Low Kick. Just max because I want to speed out with Swellow if absolutely necessary. Maybe it comes down to, you know, Swellow at full HP versus my Weavile, and I'm gonna have to take the speed tie because Ice Shot doesn't kill without a life orb. So yeah, Weavile is incredible against his team. He has Manaphy as a defensive answer, Sylveon as a defensive answer to some extent. Everything else kind of gets shredded by it. You could bring a defensive Stoutland, that is possible, but don't think that's going to be the case. And then he has to check it offensively, things like Scarf Heatran. So, Weavile is absolutely incredible in this game. Initially I wanted to Throat Chop on this set, and I had SD over Low Kick, but then I realized that Megatita is way too big of a threat for me to do that, so I went to put on Low Kick. Low Kick and Throat Chop are not compatible, so I had to run Knockoff. Really unfortunate because to uninvested Manaphy does like 60-ish% with Z knockoff, and Thortop does like 80. So it's quite a difference. I'm pretty sad about that, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I still feel like hitting Manaphy hard if necessary at some point, or even, you know, something like a Heatran, which actually takes more from low kicks. I don't know why I'm saying that. Yeah, it's mainly just for Manaphy, so I can hit that hard, and maybe if I need a power boost on anything, but I don't see much that I would need that on. So yeah, Weavile straightforward stuff. Didn't really want life up because I don't have removal, and Weavile is gonna have to come in a lot and kill things. So with life up, I will just be dead very soon. So gonna go over this one last. I know you see that and you're like, what the hell? We'll get into that. So then we have Zoldio the Cobalion. If my laptop wants to load, there you go. So this was the first thing I noticed while looking at this team. I think after we maybe it's been the second thing after Weavile, not exactly sure, but Cobalion gives him the dick. Quite badly. So my initial thought was maybe like a triple screens Latias, you know, those dual screens for safeguard, like my good pal Travis did against me PPL Season 3, even though that was a Latios, into double lens Cobalion. So I would just do two of Trav's things and just kind of do that. But I realized that I actually have a good chance winning this game just based on matchup without that, without trying too hard. So I decided to, you know, ignore that idea completely and just go with a normal thing. So you have Muscle Band Cobalion, dual lance, close combat, Iron Head, with 88 in HP and enough speed to outspeed his Manaphy. I don't remember what those HPs were for. I'm pretty sure they were for Mega T-Tar, to take a hit at +1 without rocks up. That's pretty sure that's what it was. So that's cool. And yeah, if I get some chip damage on certain things like a Mungus, prefer to get rid of that, and Donphan and to some extent Manabuzz, I can, you know, double lens up and kill his team. Now obviously the chance of me actually getting up both is quite low, but obviously depending on what he has left or what he brings in general, I can pick one, either wall break a little, or clean up late game with rock polish, or if I'm really lucky, I get up both, but that's kind of unlikely. I do take a max attack Adamant Earthquake from Donphan, which is really nice, so I could actually like rock polish and as he switches into like an SD, assuming it is weakened of course, and we'll see how that goes. Muscle Band also guarantees that I kill Sylveon at +2, because otherwise I wouldn't, because Cobalion is quite the weak Pokemon. It also gives me a good chance of killing Fizzdeath Donphan with +2 Iron Head plus a +2 close combat, which is nice. As well as giving me a chance to kill Manabuzz after Stealth Rock, so yeah, just made overall a lot of sense. And yeah, that's all there is to say. Cobalion is a huge win con. Then we have Cordelia the Latias, the Coldberry Levitate, Psyshock, Earthquake, Toxic Roost, straightforward stuff. Again, to its, with the investment to its speed Manaphy, and then just fat. This is my answer to Heatran. Scarf Heatran is a threat, and this thing deals with it quite well. Coldberry is there for one for Dark Pulse, but also mainly for potential Pursuit T-Tar. I don't think that's gonna be the case because I don't think I had it anywhere Mox, and I just think DD is so good against my team. But just in case, I want to have the Coldberry as well for that, as well as maybe a Crunch from Southland if it really comes down to it, but that's just really unlikely that's gonna be necessary. So yeah, Toxic is nice because I can Toxic things like Sicilian and the Manabuzz, which is really helpful. Donphan as well. Mega T-Tar on the Switch, getting Toxic off on that would be really nice. Earthquake of course to hit the Heatran, also does good damage to Raikou, and it does something to Megatar. It doesn't do much because it's a Megatar, but you know, some damage. And then Psyshock just because Stab is good. It's quite straightforward. And then Roost. And then we have Emerin the Mega Kangaskhan with the, you know, standard stuff. Return Power Up Punch, Sucker Punch, and Drain Punch. So 2 weeks in a row I'm bringing Power Up Punch. What is up with that? When I haven't brought it all season? I don't know. But it has a really nice matchup here, I think. I initially had a double edge variant, but I realized that the kills I get with that aren't that necessary in comparison to the Rika I will obviously take. So, you know, I do think Rocky Helmet Foul Play Manabuzz could be his answer. He could bring, excuse me, the Helmet Amoonguss, though again, Amoonguss didn't come in any of my mocks, and I don't definitely see why, because it's just really passive for against my team, and kind of set up for us a couple things. And yeah, just kind of loses momentum in some cases, but Spore makes that a thing. And, you know, I wasn't going to run safety goggles or anything with this matchup. I need other items. So, yeah, Popkang just kind of duggies him. At +2, I pretty much kill everything. Sucker Punch allows me to kill Swallow. It allows me to kill Raikou at +2, I'm pretty sure, after some chip damage. And +2 returns, plus Drain Punch is just super nice. Drain Punch over like Earthquake because, you know, for recovery. And for 2 he might be, you know, Sugar Tran, and that'd be cool. Mainly recovery. So, you know, straightforward stuff. Mega Kang just has a really nice matchup. I'm gonna pop off on a switch or on something that's weakened and, you know, dying, and then go to town, pretty much. He has a really hard time with Kang because the things that outspeed it, being Swallow and Raikou, don't want to take a +2 Sucker Punch at all. Swallow straight drops. I don't remember Raikou calcs exactly, but doesn't want to take it for sure. And the things that get outsped kind of just get bodied. Manaphy is a speed type, but I can take the Surf quite easily. And you know, and he's sad. It's the story. Kang is really nice. And then we have Titania Discovery with the Ockerberry, Sturdy, Ironhead, Whirlwind, Roost, and Stealth Rock with a Spit F set with some speed just in case I can speed creep the Mega Tar if it isn't speed invested. The defense allows me to take a +1 Jolly Stone Edge after Stealth Rocks from Mega Titar. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And then Spit F because this is my Swallow switch and that's why I have the Ockerberry as well. And if really necessary, maybe I can take a hit from Scarf Trend late game and Whirlwind it out and get Rocks damage off on it then need something like that. That could be useful, but it's honestly just there for Swallow. Maybe for Mega Tar if it's a Fire Blast variant. Yeah, pretty straightforward. It's just a Scarm being a Scarm with Whirlwind to Whirlwind out potential setup threats. And get them Stealth Rocks, which are really important for my Kang, my Weavile, and my Cobalion. Now, if you look at this team, it still just loses to Z-Move Manaphy at +1, and that's really not part of my plan. So, like there's not a whole lot I can do with my draft against that. So, I opted to go with a set that can be really helpful in this matchup. It did a lot in a couple mocks, got 3 kills in 1 mock, did get a couple kills here and there, but it honestly really depends on what he brings. You can bring a team where it's completely useless, or you can bring a team where it's really good, so it all heavily depends on what he brings. And that is Ravel the Electrode with its debut, and that's a choice of Electrode, hell yeah. So Ravel has the ability Thunderbolt, a Volt Switch, HP Slice, and Thunder. Modest Black Special Attack, 176 speed, and 80 HP. That speed allows me to outspeed a Stoutland in the sand as well, which is super duper nice. It's an Electrode, it has a Toy Scarf, because I outspeed Manaphy after the Rain Dance, and I don't kill it, which is super sad. Even Thunder, underestimated Manaphy does not die to modest Thunder from Electrode. I know, it's sad. But if I get a little chip damage off, like one side shot from Manaphy, it dies from Latias, it dies to a Thunder. You know, a knockoff from Weavile, it dies to a Thunder. I can also just Volt Switch out and then sack something and come back in and kill it with Thunderbolt or Thunder, depending on how I'm feeling. And yeah, I didn't really need a move on this set because it's, you know, Scarf Electrode. I can't run Taunt. I mean, I can, but it's quite useless. And I opted to go with Thunder just in case I need a little extra boost on Manaphy. Maybe he sets up the rain, and he has a couple things as if I can live a Thunderbolt, but I can't live a Thunder, and I'm, you know, gonna have to take that risk. Maybe I just, you know, need the Thunder damage late game to, you know, ensure kill. I'm gonna have to take the risk. You know, a couple things. Basically comes down to Electrode has a shitty move pool. Up to the HPIs over any other hidden power I was considering, because hitting Amoonguss is quite helpful, I suppose, if it does come. And yeah, Soundproof is actually really cool because I'm immune to Sylveon's Hyper Voice, I'm immune to Swallow's Boom Burst, so that's really cool. Yeah, so Scarf Electrode, if it doesn't bring Manaphy for whatever godforsaken reason, the thing is useless. It's just going to be there and it's probably going to be a fodder, and that's okay. If it does bring Manaphy and it does set up the Z Rain Dance, I have to counter here. It's not going to bring a Calm Mindset, like a Calm Mind Rain Rest, because I have a Latias, I have Seismitoad. It just doesn't make sense to do that against those 2 mons when I have those. So, you know, even if he does, I can break that with Kang plus Weavile potentially. I guess if it's Z Rain Dance, then not really, and that becomes a problem. But you know, we'll see how it goes. Scarf Electrode, boys, let's get it. That's the way to end my NPL career. I'm gonna pause, and now we're getting into this game against Cheese. Okay, here we the game. As you can see, this looks a little weird. Replays were down, so to download the replay, this is the downloaded version. It looks slightly different, but you know, you still get the full experience of the game, of the replay. Unlike some other games this week, which unfortunately will not have actual replays, which is super duper unfortunate. But G's had some issues scheduling this game, which is why we played rather late, but that's okay. Still just in time to get this up. And yeah, so if you look at Chi's team, you see Among Us, Raikou, Megatar, Swellow, Donphan, and Hitaraisi, regular top, you know it's a Mega. And you see that there's no mana fee, and you realize that I don't understand how life works anymore. You can reach at, I am Ploppet like it's hot, he's on Tacoman 37 because we just, you know, want to play in secret and didn't tell anyone that we actually played until after. Quite a while after, actually. Yeah, if you look at the team, Electrode is entirely useless. He brought all the checks I could ask for, plus a Swellow. So it's gonna be fought in this game because he didn't bring Mana Bus, he didn't bring Mana Fee. If he brought those two over, you know, Raikou and Moomus, for example, would have been used. Let's try it again. Would have been a lot more useful. There we go. But you know, Electrode is just gonna be fodder. And yeah, so no Mana Fee, but then there's Among Us, which I kind of expected at the start when everyone else was like, nah, he's not bringing it, doesn't make sense. I'm like, oh, I guess it's probably not coming then. But you know, it's there, and I still think it makes a lot of sense because it helps with Among Us, with Copalion, depending on the set. It helps make a Kang with a Rocky Helmet set, so you know, it all makes sense. It wouldn't help with like a sub Kang, but he has Boom Burst, so it doesn't really matter. So let's just get into the game. In all my mocks, I led with Latias, so let's just continue that. He leads with Heatran, perfect. Turn 1, I'm gonna play safe, click Earthquake. He should expect it and just scout for it. Exactly what he does. He goes into Swellow. Wish I had Thunderbolt over Earthquake at this point, but you know, as we move to Heatran, would have been quite bad. So he doesn't get the Flame Orb or anything. I assume he's gonna be a spec set, so I'm just gonna click Toxic on his expected U-turn. Is exactly what happens. He goes into Megatar, and I get a Toxic off on that thing, and that's really nice. So I'm gonna switch out here. I don't want to deal with Megatar with Latias. It's just a bad idea. He's gonna Mega up as I go into my Skarmory. And he's gonna go for the Fire Punch like an absolute man. So I wish I stayed in and gotten damage off, but it wouldn't have got me anywhere, realistically speaking. So what I can do now, I think, is just get out my rocks because those are really helpful. Yep, as he goes through Heatran, and I'm just gonna go out into my Latias because that is the dedicated counter. If he locks himself into a Scarf Dark Pulse, I can go Copalion, but he goes for Stealth Fox, which is like, okay, maybe he isn't Scarf, but I have no way of knowing that yet. Scarf Rocks is not the, you know, not the craziest thing I've seen in my life. So I'm gonna roost up here, and I don't want to take a knockoff. I want to keep my Colberry intact. Actually, no, I do. I'm just gonna plop a Toxic, expect him to Rapid Spin, and he does. So rocks are gone for now, but I still have my Skarmory around, and that's fine. And this Donphan is Toxic, which is one of the things I need to get weakened for Copalion and Kang to do work. So like I'm gonna my Skarm. I see he goes into Among Us. I wish I had Taunt or Brave Bird. That'd be cool, but I'm just gonna get my rocks here as he puts me to sleep, not fearing the potential Taunt. You know, he wouldn't do so much if I didn't. So he's going for HP Fire, and that does absolutely nothing to spit out Skarm. 25%. I could have stayed in there and hoped to wake up, but if you got like a high roller, like a crit, I would have been dead to rocks, and you know, if I didn't wake up, I would have been fucked. So I decided to go on my Latias here, and I think I just click Psyshock, Earthquake, Psyshock? Psyshock, cool. Gets a clean 41% off on Raikou. I'm gonna go for the Roost here, I believe. Just to scout a set, maybe he's specs. And yep, he isn't specs. He's, I don't know, not a boosting item. This one's all I know. And I'm gonna click Earthquake here. Hopefully kill him if I get a max roll I can. Turns out he's Trickle Berry, so I can't. And Raikou is gonna switch out here as I go for another Roost. He goes into Donphan trying to get another Rapid Spin off, I assume, which I'm okay with. I'm going to take this opportunity to go into my Skarm, and it's going to come down to potential mind games between Rapid Spin and Stealth Rocks if he clicks Rapid Spin, and if I don't wake up. He goes for knockoff instead, which is a good play on his end, in case I won't stay in and get damage off. And I'm going to hopefully wake up. I do wake up, which is quite nice. I'm going to be able to roost up my damage. If he Earthquakes me, that's fine. Rocks are going to stay up, and it's fine. And I'm totally okay with that. I said fine a lot there. So he's gonna Rapid Spin, still taking toxic damage. It's super duper nice for me. I'm gonna get my rocks again because I don't care. So get our rocks here, and I'm gonna go make the switch into Electrode because Electrode is useless in this matchup with what he's brought. And the threat is inside, and he's gonna Volt Switch out, so it doesn't matter. So I expected him to Volt Switch there. That made sense. I said fear it. And yeah, what I can do now is as he goes into Mungus, I'm expecting to see Fizz Death. So I'm just gonna go for HP Ice here and weaken the thing down a little bit. He can't kill me. If he wants to put me to sleep, please do. He gets the Poison Touch Bomb. Doesn't matter. I was gonna sack this thing anyway. I'm going for another HP Ice, put the thing in range for basically anything, as he Giga Drains and gets a little bit of health back. So, Electro goes down, but it did, it weakened the Amoonguss, which is actually quite nice, because this enables Weavile to just come in and, well, I could have gone to something else, but this means Weavile just come in and get a kill. Cavalion wouldn't have killed with the Iron Head from that range, and I didn't want to get HP fired or put to sleep, so, gonna go for knockoff. Raikou comes in and gets sacked. That makes sense. It's the most expendable thing against my team, and Heatran comes in. So I could have stayed in there and scouted, but I'm not going to do that. And he's gonna reveal Magma Storm. So Magma Storm and Stealth Rock is a hard indicator this is not a Scarf trend. However, I can still not be sure. It doesn't mean anything. Like, you can put anything. You can just put a Scarf on anything. And Scarf trend even still is a good matchup. Magma Storm is a really interesting bring. If it is Scarf, but I still can't ensure it. So he misses, which is unfortunate for him. Also somewhat unfortunate for me, because I can't figure out what his set is. I can't figure out if he's offensive. If I'd seen that he's max special attack, I would have been aware of the fact that he's more than likely still Scarf and just has Magma Storm and Stealth Rock like a madman. And yeah, but doesn't really work for anyone there. And I'm going to click Psyshock here, I believe, because Swallow doesn't die to Psyshock after rocks. So I want to get the damage off right now. And I do 55% to it, which is super nice. Now it dies to rocks, which is very nice for me. And so now I'm in a little bit of trouble, because my Latias isn't fat enough to take 2 Boom Bursts, and I cannot let the thing get weakened because Heatran is such a threat. If you look at my team, if Latias goes down and Kang goes down or gets weakened, Heatran just wins. Like, unless it misses Magma Storm, in which case, okay, I'll take the luck. But yeah, point being, I need my Latias around. I need to be healthy. So I'm gonna have to stack off my Skarmory. It seems expendable at this point, so I'm just gonna have to do that. I think Donphan is low enough, especially with the Toxic, for me to yeah, keep my rocks up at this point, or at least for the most part. So now I can go to my Kang. I know I can take a Boom Burst, somewhat alright. I'm gonna go for the Power Up Punch here, and he does not expect that, as he told me after the game. I'm gonna get a free +2 here off the Amoonguss. I know I could live a hit and then get 1 boost off, and then kill Amoonguss after Stealth Rock, and kill everything else on his team as well. So, or do enough damage to Heatran to the point where it can't kill me and recover the health back. So Kang is going to drop this Amoonguss on its neck. That's another kill. It's kill number 8 for the season. Then he goes into Heatran. Now, this is a difficult situation, because if he is uninvested in this, Scarf set, and I go for Sucker Punch and I get a max roll, he dies to Stealth Rocks, or is very close to doing so, and has 1 switch in left. Either way, I think after 2 more rock switch-ins after this, if I get a Sucker Punch off, he's guaranteed in range for Ice Shard. So that means he's no longer checked to Weavile. That being said, if he isn't Scarf, because he took a while to make this play, which should never be an indicator, but somewhat is at some occasionally, because you can always play those mind games yourself. If he isn't Scarf, I literally just win if I click Drain Punch. Like, there's nothing stopping me. Swallow dies to rocks, and even if it didn't, I have Sucker Punch. Donphan dies, Megatita obviously dies to +2 Drain Punch. So I literally just win the game with Kang. So it's kind of a toss-up play. He could have been bluffing the Scarf and all that shit. I do think he has to be Scarf, so maybe I should click Sucker Punch, but ultimately decide that I should click the Drain Punch button instead, because I do think I still have a decent chance of winning. Without, as soon as I get up a Rock Polish with my Copalion, I pretty much win the game. So I need to find an opportunity to get that Rock Polish off, and then win. So I'm going for Drain Punch. He goes for Magma Storm. He outspeeds me, and that's unfortunate. So he's a Scarf Tran. If I click Sucker, that would win nice. Would win in a really good position, but I did not. So Heatran is gonna be switched out as Swallow comes in and gets sacked to the Stealth Rocks. And I'm gonna click Earthquake, and it's not gonna do anything. So he goes in Donphan. He cannot kill me, so okay. So I think I should have probably gone to Copalion here. Now in hindsight, because I could have come in, Rock Polish up, and then won. But that is hindsight with me knowing what his Tita set is, which you can probably expect at this point is going to be DD, and it's going to have it might cause some trouble. So it all comes down to that, whether it has like superpower to kill my Copalion, because Fire Punch doesn't kill me at +1. It's like 80% max, which is quite nice. So my thinking is, let's just get rid of the Donphan, because I'm not going to take that much damage from it. So now this is another play. I expect him to just click knockoff. So I'm gonna go for the side shock again, for Earthquake I think actually. I see gonna reveal Ice Shot, which did not cross my mind for whatever reason, so now my Lalias is really low, and I pretty much lose to Heatran if I don't get up my Rock Polish with Cobalion. So gonna go for Earthquake here on the Megatar as he goes for a Dragon Dance, and now it all comes down to what his last move is. He can't DD again because Earthquake plus Toxic will put him in range for Ice Shot, so he's gonna go for the Crunch. He does obviously kill me just through the Color Berry, there's no way around it. So what I have to do now, I go into my Cobalion, and if he only has Fire Punch and Crunch, because I looked at my team, I looked at my entire draft, and I realized he doesn't need another move. Like, Crunch plus Fire Punch hits everything barring Comfy really hard. So his last move is either Stone Edge, or it is Superpower to hit my Kang really hard, and to OHKO my Cobalion at any point. Or maybe it's, like Iron Head to hit my Comfy, that kind of thing. So my thinking is, Superpower is the most likely one, or the only one of those that would give me trouble. So I'm going to go into my Weavile, scout for that. Hopefully he clicks a button that kills me, which I think anything would kill my Weavile at 50%. And I can go back into Cobalion, take this hit. If he superpowers, he gets the drop. I can take another one, Rock Polish up, and win the game. If he goes for a Fire Punch, I know that he doesn't have anything to kill my Cobalion. I can Rock Polish up and win the game. So I'm going to make the switch into my Weavile, scout for his set, and as you will see, he's going to reveal that he has Earthquake. So that can kill my Cobalion, but it is a roll that is in his favor quite heavily, but I can still live it. If I actually stayed in the first time, it would have been a 56% roll in his favor. So, hindsight is 20/20, blah blah blah. So now I can Rock Polish up, and we'll see what happens. Does he kill me? He does kill me. So GG Cheese, that was a really good game. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Haven't been this content with a loss in a while. Honestly, this was a really good game. And yeah, if you haven't checked out Cheese, please make sure to do so, and check out all the other links in the all the other NPL links in the description down below. Do deserve your love for sure. And yeah, just a couple things, kind of toss-up plays. I think if I clicked Sucker with Kang, I might have had a better chance of winning, but he did get the Rapid Spin off, so I don't know how that would have changed the thing. Obviously, if he missed the Magma Storm, then whew, that wouldn't spicy, but I would have won 4 off of hacks, and I'm not sure I'm the biggest fan of that. So yeah, it was a really good game. I am very content with that, and that means I'm going to be in a relegation spot, but as I said, it doesn't matter because I'm going to leave anyway. So yeah, I want to thank everyone that supported me throughout the NPL season. I very much appreciate everyone that picked me as the team to support in the NPL fan server, as well as everyone just watched my videos, liked and commented. I highly appreciate it, despite my poor performance, which I'm honestly not too upset with my performance. I think I played quite well and prepped quite well for the most part. I don't think there was a game where I played and prepped like complete garbage throughout. I don't think I had that. Always had good ideas in prep. Always, there's been a couple of misplays here and there, but no like massive ones, I don't think. And it ultimately just came down to my draft not fitting me too well. I think the final one was a lot better, but then I lost 3 games with it, so you can really say. Definitely think the draft was a little bit lackluster, and that ultimately comes down to me not drafting well this season, and my fault. But I can blame Trev and other people for sniping me. I think it's better. Yeah, that's the NPL season. Again, I want to thank let's try it again. I also want to thank my front office for helping me throughout the season. Love you guys. Thank you very much. This would have been a lot harder and less fun without you. And yeah, so yeah, that's the NPL. It was a fun experience. I just don't want to put that much time into Mons right now, because I have to in order to get the teams that I want, the quality of teams that I want, and I just honestly can't be fucked to do that, as my laptop is dying in the background, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. What you can expect between now and the next PPL season starting, which is quite a while. Meme season 1, I'm going to finish up those uploads for sure. Meme season 2 has already started, so we'll get those uploads up. And I'm going to be doing the IPC, which is a league founded by King Bub. So that's going to be happening, and maybe I'll return to a certain league in the future. Who knows? So I think Oh, also PDL. I have the PDL regular season recorded. Playoffs are currently happening, and that's gonna go up as well. So you have uploads coming. Don't worry about that. And it's gonna be some fun stuff and some maybe some titles. Maybe you can get some of those going. So yeah, that's it. Again, make sure to check out everything, all the links in the description below. Especially Cheese is a great guy. Talked to him quite long after the game. It was very enjoyable. And yeah, again, thank you all very much for the support throughout these, I guess, 2 NPL seasons, 1.5, was more than half, honestly. Just to say 2 NPL seasons. And maybe I'll see you guys in the future with more NPL content. Who knows? But I hope you guys stick around if you came here from the NPL and watch my other content, because I try to be good at Pokemon sometimes. And yeah, again, I want to thank you all for watching not only this video but all of the other ones. Make sure for one last time for this NPL season to leave a like, leave a comment, leave some newts. I will appreciate all 3 of those, and hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.